Okay, everybody, we are going to do our next PowerPoint and learn a little bit about plagiarism at the same time. Plagiarism is something that you have to avoid doing, but I think people do it sometimes because they're not sure how to use information that somebody else wrote or borrow their work, and they're not sure how to give that person credit. Plagiarism is basically using somebody else's work and not giving them the credit for that. So that's what we're going to learn through this next PowerPoint. So we're going to open PowerPoint. We're going to have this will be the slide that opens. This is the title slide with a subtitle. We're going to add a title and subtitle slide. So you already know how to do this. Click on the bottom part of the slide and go to title and subtitle one. Okay, so now you have a second one that's the same, and we're going to do it again. So we have a total of 3 slides that are all title and subtitle slides. Okay, now go back to slide 1, click to add title, and type the word, and you can do it all caps if you want, plagiarism, which is PLAGIARISM. Okay, plagiarism. You can make that whatever font you want, whatever size you want. Okay, now on the same slide, click to add subtitle and type "Don't kidnap someone else's work." Oops, and I have my caps lock on. Don't kidnap someone else's else's work, and we're going to put an exclamation point on that. All right. Okay, so now we're done with slide 1, and we're going to click on slide 2. We're going to click where it says click to add title, and we're going to type cite your source with footnote. I'm going to do that in all caps. Footnote. Okay, so that's what we're going to learn how to do. Is we're going to learn how to cite our source by way of a footnote. Okay, and then we're going to go to a website. I already have it in my browser here, and this is the website you're going to need to go to. It's the Wadsworth Dictionary. Okay, now we're going to copy the part that says plagiarism, believe it or not, comes from a Latin verb that means to kidnap. If you plagiarize, you're kidnapping and stealing others' hard work and intellectual property, their idea. It is academic and publicly dishonest. You wouldn't want someone stealing your hard work, intentionally or even unintentionally, would you? Of course not. Still, writers sometimes purposely steal others' work, and other times writers unintentionally plagiarize because they get confused, or they have poor notes, are lazy or intellectually unprepared, they run out of time, or simply don't know how to correctly reference sources. There's a difference between plagiarism, of course, and misuse of sources. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on from the beginning right here underneath that little title all the way down here to misuse of sources and try to get the period as well. So we're going to select all that, and we're going to copy that. You can possibly go up in your browser to edit copy, or you can hold down Control and C, the letter C, for copy. Okay, so now we've got that on our in our little memory. Okay, so now we're going to go back into PowerPoint. We're going to click on slide 2 and click where it says click to add subtitle. We'll move it up here and paste the paragraph that you copied. We're going to go Control V and it'll stick it in there. Okay, now what I just did was somebody wrote that website and I just totally basically stole it. I copied and pasted. Okay, so what I'm saying up here with cite your source with a footnote is this is the stuff that I just borrowed, copied, stole, kidnapped from somebody else's webpage. What I need to do is give that person credit for this. Okay, so at the end of this, I'm going to click and I'm going to put an asterisk, which is Shift and 8. Is that star-like looking thing? And then I'm going to hit enter twice, maybe 3 times. Okay, and it seems to be centered, so I'm going to go back over here and go over to the side. Now that asterisk means for the reader to look for the other asterisk because there's more information about that particular paragraph. So I'm going to type another asterisk. I'm going to make my text box a little bit bigger here. Okay, and then this is where I'm going to cite where I got that information. I'm going to type in the web address where I copied that. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and by the way, Google is not where you got something. Anything that you search for in Google and you then click on a website, you citing the source is not Google. It's whatever website, and it's up here in your browser. Okay, so I'm going to click up there to select it. I'm going to again go Control C. Now I have a copy of that. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint, Control V, and I'm saying, all right, this is where I got this information. Now I'm not stealing it or kidnapping it. This is word for word somebody else's work, and here's where you go to get it. Okay, so now this is totally legitimate that I just copied and pasted this. I, by the way, want this to be centered. Okay, so this is the footnote down here, and the way that you get to that footnote is you put an asterisk. You could also have put like a superscript 1, and then this would be a superscript 1. For our purposes, this will work just fine. Okay, so now I'm not kidnapping somebody's work. Okay, the other way you can do this is we're going to click on slide 3, click on click to add title, and we're going to put cite your source within the text. If you don't want to do a footnote, you can just say right there in your paragraph that this person says this, and then say it. Cite your source within your text. Okay, and move this up out of the way just a little bit. Again, you can use whatever font you want or whatever size you want. Okay, so I'm going to put the same thing, same information in here, but first I'm going to click on same slide 3, click to add subtitle, and let's say that the person, I couldn't find the actual person who said that, so I'm just going to make up the person. If you couldn't find a person, you could just say the Wadsworth Dictionary says. I'm going to assume that the person's name was Scott Jones, so I'm just going to say, and I don't want this centered, I'm going to say Scott Jones, and you could also say president of the Webster Dictionary or whatever, whoever Scott Jones actually is, of the Wadsworth Dictionary says, comma, and then we're going to put it right there in quotes. So we're going to go put quotes there, and we'll go back and we'll get our same information there in case it's lost. You'll Control C and Control V. Whoops, now see I did that wrong. We're going to go back and we're going to select what we want. Control C. Click right there, Control V, and there's all of our information. Going to make this a little bit bigger. Going to make it all over here on the left. Okay, so now I'm saying Scott Jones of the Wadsworth Dictionary says, and it kind of messed up my quotes just a little bit there. Plagiarism, and then it says that. So so I'm giving Scott Jones or whoever the person that wrote it direct credit right here before I even put the comment in there. So in that case, I don't need to put a footnote because I said this is who wrote this. Okay. After the comma, instead you put in this information, and then you're going to go File, Save As, Last Name Plagiarism. So hopefully through this lesson you've gotten just a little bit more information on PowerPoint, but also how to cite your source.